Choose your destiny. Flawless victory. Choose your destiny. Flawless victory.
Alright, what's up everybody? This is OXOX Monster here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my custom Arcade1up Mortal Kombat 2 Legacy Edition cabinet. For those of you who are not aware, there are two versions of this cabinet. There is a regular Mortal Kombat 2 Arcade1up machine, and then this is the Legacy Edition. Comes with a few more games, and the screen's a little bit better, and the shape is obviously a little bit more closer to the original arcade cabinet. That's the big giveaway between the two. If you don't know, the other cabinet looks like the traditional Arcade1ups, like their first wave of machines. If you've ever seen like the original Pac-Man and stuff, it looks like that. So as you can tell already, this is not a running the Arcade1up software on the inside. This is a Windows 11 operating system. While we're here, I'll show you some of the emulators I'm running on this machine. It's a little blurry, but it's the PSP emulator, Dolphin, PS2. And then we have some of the games I have, Soul Calibur 6, right? 5, 6, yep. More MKEE, or MKKE, I think that's MK9. Metal Slug, Injustice, Tekken, and Tekken, Soul Calibur, all these other games, they all go online, which is great. Since this is running Steam and has the Xbox Game Pass, I have a very powerful gaming laptop powering the setup. We can go through the specs and stuff later, but one of the biggest changes to the cabinet I did, obviously, is install this Mortal Kombat 9 Tournament Edition fight stick. It converts the cabinet to single player, which is one of the best things to do, especially if you have this cabinet for personal use like I do. I'm the only one who plays this. My wife doesn't get on it. I just spend my time in this corner of my house next to my gaming shelf, and I just play online. So I would recommend this mod to anybody. These fight sticks, the way I got this in here, I kind of just dropped it in, but we'll get real close and I can kind of show you. See, there's a lot of gaps. This is not the prettiest up close. I have lights on the back, so there's I had to remove, there's like a bar here. We can actually take this and I'll show you. I know this video is kind of all over the place. I'm not a professional. I don't post too much, but I figured somebody out there would want to see this. Okay, so if you don't know, there is usually this stick itself doesn't come like this. There's usually like hold on one second, I'm just gonna cut in. All right, sorry for the jump here. This one's a little more dirty. So this was the original one I had in here until so they take a micro USB. Let's see if we can get in there. Right here. And the way the way I had it set up is I had the micro USB cable here, and it would sit against, like the wire would stick out and sit against here, and every time I would lift this up, would lift that wire up, and I wouldn't realize, and it actually broke the port on that one. Since then, I bought a right angle adapter, or a down angle adapter, so that it sits flush when this is pushed in all the way. It will sit flush right against here, and then I usually leave like a little gap just in case I have to lift this up and down so it doesn't break. And I do recommend doing this, buying this, if you're going to do it like how I have it with this board. You're definitely going to need this, because the wire itself, whatever micro USB wire you're going to use, is going to stick out and it's not going to sit flush. You're going to have to pull it back like this, and then you can see in here and it doesn't look pretty. But anyways, as I was saying, I did kind of just drop that in. You are going to have to remove this middle bar. There's usually there's the gaming laptop I have in here. There's usually a bar in the middle right behind here that sits. Maybe I can find the holes for it. If you have an Arcade1up machine already, you'll know what I'm talking about. You have to remove that, and you have to loosen some of the screws all around the cabinet like I did, because this is just a little too wide. You could also shave this down and modify it so it will fit so that it will fit in here perfectly. You could shave like an inch or two off each side and then slide it in and it will fit, but I didn't want to damage this in case I wanted to change this. I'm thinking about making this a Soul Calibur 2 machine. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I do like this single player conversion. The buttons, the joystick, they're all tournament edition. They feel amazing. They're 1,000 times better than the original Arcade1up sticks that came with the cabinet. Not only that, making this a single player cabinet, if I haven't mentioned it already, it gives you a lot more room, and you can sit in the middle right here and just game online. Since this is running a PC, I could also connect a Bluetooth wireless controller and play 2-player if I wanted to. Or just connect a Bluetooth controller in general and play any game I wanted to. However, if you are going to put that stick in here... See, this one I took apart as well. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. So this is what it comes like. It comes with this little like box kind of thing that it sits on top of, and I had to unscrew it. There's screws all in here for like the door. This here sits, I'm trying to do this with like one hand, so this is kind of tough, but let's see. Okay. Okay, so obviously this is the same stick, but it's just upside down. So this sits like that, kind of, with the screws in. So I had to go around and unscrew this because this plastic piece gets in the way of this bar, of this this wood piece here. It will not sit flush. It won't be able to slide into those cracks at all. So I had to unscrew this off. And then since this is already wired for you, like everything's done, you just need a USB cable. So this makes it so much simpler. It's literally plug and play. And then once you're done unscrewing everything, it comes off of there. So then you have the empty shell, and then you have your board. And it will fit right in there. As long as you loosen the screws on each side and maybe remove that middle piece. I don't remember if it was there originally, if I installed it originally or not, or if I took it out later on. But it's just too tight on the sides here. This is why it sticks out, and I didn't want the cabinet to flex because I didn't want to see creases here or breaks in the wood. Even though these cabinets are good quality built, they don't take a lot of stress, like a lot of flex and stuff. Let's go ahead and lift this up so we can take a better look on the inside, and I'll go over what I got in here. So behind is the original board. I just threw it back there. I wrapped some lights around it just to give it some more feel. Okay, so another mod that I did recently is, as you can see, I added a HDMI controller board from Arcade1up. I'll try to get a good angle of what it looks like. I'm not sure if you guys can see that up there or not. I'll have to look at the video and double check, but this is what I had originally. I had this all taken apart, and I had a 17-inch Dell monitor that I found on eBay for like 20 bucks, and I put it in here, and it didn't look good. It was all washed out. The stock monitor that comes in here are IPS panels. They are one of the best panels Arcade1up has ever put in a cabinet ever, in my opinion. And the resolution is close to 1080p. I think it's 960. But basically, I added that the HDMI controller board, and then I installed I put my PC in here. It just sits in here. It's running off a gaming laptop. The gaming laptop specs, it has an RTX 2060 in it, and then an i7 10700 or something, or i7 9750H, I think, and 16 gigs of RAM, which is way more than enough than I need for this machine. But it also enables me to run games flawlessly, maxed out. Even the older classic games like MK4, in Redream, I can run that game at 4K upscaled, which is really nice, and it looks really crisp. Another thing I would recommend is one of these. So this is a wireless keyboard and mouse, so I could just go on whatever game I want. So we'll go ahead and fire up MK11, because that is the newest Mortal Kombat. And I also do live streams on Facebook and Twitch of me playing the machine. I'm not going to button it back up since this is just a demonstration. I'll do that after the video. Since I have the game installed onto the hard drive, and the hard drive is actually just a hard drive and not the bootable drive is like an M.2, but Since it's installed on a regular hard drive, the load times on it are a little long. But once we get into the gameplay, it doesn't lag. It's maxed out completely. And I forced the resolution. You might notice that it might look a little pinched in. It's because it's taking a 16:9 image and forcing it into 4:3. That was the only way I can get MK11 to run without black bars, because if I put it at 960, whatever the monitor's resolution is, you'll get like a rectangle image and then black bars on the top and bottom, and it just looks ugly. I hated it, so I just forced a 1080p image, and then it obviously took it, and it looks fine.
Fight.
We'll go ahead and go to fight, and then we'll go online. I won't get into a match. I just want to show you guys that this has the ability to go online and play games. I mean, it's a PC inside, so why wouldn't it be, you know?
Private, casual.
See what I'm saying?
Local.
Go in here.
Sub-Zero.
I've been playing as Sub-Zero a lot. But Scorpion was my main for a while. Just starting to switch it up.
Blue Sea Dragon Brother.
The only reason I'm not going online right now is because I don't want to play with somebody and like get halfway or a little bit into it and then quit on them. So we'll just go against the computer just to show you how good it runs. I mean, there's absolutely no lag at all. I did the benchmark, and it's completely maxed out at 1080p. I do have another laptop, one with I think a 970M. I'm going to try to switch them and see how good the 970M is. Because this laptop that's in here was my personal laptop when I leave and stuff and go out of town. I could take it and play games. But I figured it'd have more use because I don't leave that often, and it'd have more use in the machine itself. But I got another laptop. I'm going to try that out. It just looks great. It looks good. Crispy. The colors are great. And at any angle, that's the best thing. It doesn't matter which way you look. And since this is an Xbox 360 controller, it has native support. Or since this is an Xbox 360 fight stick, it's got native support for Microsoft. So everything's already mapped. And like I said, since this is an MK fight stick, all the buttons are where they should be. It's great. Everything works. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe. If you want to see more of this machine, I run Soul Calibur 2 on this. Basically anything, just comment down there. I'll throw it on there. If you want to see me live on Facebook, go to OXOX Monster Gaming on Facebook. I had to cut it one last time. One thing I want to add right before I close this video is there are two variations of this stick. There is a 360 version and a PlayStation 3 version. I don't know how well the PS3 version of this controller board or this arcade stick will work with Windows. Like I said before, since this is an Xbox 360 Microsoft fight stick, it has native support. There is a PS3 version, and you could tell right away because there's a PS3 button here instead of a 360 one. It takes the same connection, it's just a PS3, and the buttons are PS3, and I don't know how well the PC is going to read that. So if you're looking to do this now, I would highly recommend to stick with the 360. If you do have luck with the PS3 version, please comment below, let us know, so somebody, if they do have this laying around at the PlayStation 3 version, they could throw it in. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.